Steve here with Jbrc Race Cars. And while in a previous video I've showed you our on-off switch, and the video shows some mounting of it in the rear of the car, this is the same display. Just want to take it another step forward with a couple of things that we've done for improvements and a couple little new updates. The kit here again is just simulated on a piece of tubing. Comes in a hardware kit like this with the mounting bracket, the switch, the rod itself fabricated on the end that's going to be on the outside of the car with the knob on it, and the lever that takes the place of the switch, the lever or handle that comes on the switch, replaces it with a CNC lever. And a couple things we've done differently here with this now is the kit's provided with just a little black knob and a push-off sticker like this for you to put by rules, so that the safety person runs up behind the car and knows to push that rod in and kill the power to the car. We also have, going through the rear body panel of the car now, we have a nice little plastic grommet, I guess you'd call it a guide for the rod to go through. And a little different knob assembly for it as well too. That's a little upgrade parts that we have for it. And then the switches that I've showed you before, this just happens to be both of them sitting here again. The smaller 3/8 terminal is a 125 amp rated switch. The larger terminal, 1/2 inch stud terminal, is a 300 amp rated switch. And something new that we came up with, this again shown in our catalog and on our website, is when you get done doing your electrical wiring back here and you have the cable come off that, and I think the video of the switch mount in the car kind of shows this. This is a boot that can go over these terminals, allowing the battery cable to come out of there, and just kind of protects it and keeps anybody from reaching in there, doing any work, getting a wrench against them or anything like that, and taking a chance of touching a hot terminal to a ground on the chassis or anything. But while this is at the rear of the car, and generally a driver gets in and is relying and gets all helmet on and all strapped in the car and all that, and he's relying on a crew member or such to be at the back of the car to pull out on that rod to turn the power on, we've had bracket racers and such that unfortunately get in the car, don't have a friend or a crew member there with them, and go to hit the starter button and nothing. Somebody forgot to turn the power switch on the back of the car. So a few years ago back, us being a Lokar distributor, Lokar kind of worked with us with an idea. This happens to be a cutaway or a display that they use at some of the trade shows and stuff like that. And what that's showing is that's showing that same switch mounted on the back of the car. This here would be simulating a mechanical rod coming back like what ours would have, but by replacing the lever with a little different lever, and this lever does in fact have the height on it to work with our fire system kill switch, which I can go back and explain or show you, and was explained in the previous videos. This particular switch also now has a cable routed to it, as you can see, off of a bracket. So off the rear of the car, this cable would route up to the driver's compartment, and either alongside your shifter, or you can mount some tabs off the chassis and just have a handle that would be a pivot point. Now the driver has the accessibility of turning the power on and off from the driver's compartment. Just by moving the handle, you're killing the power or turning the power on. Comes in a real nice kit, nothing short of what the Lokar company would make. All their products are super high-end, super nice products. As you can see here, the brackets are all nicely made, gold iridate finish, red handle anodized, super nice hardware, all the aluminum and stainless hardware, the aluminum lever. I think the standard cable that comes in the kit is either like a 7 or 8 foot cable. Instructions, if you did need to have the cable longer, maybe to route to where you're going to run it to, or maybe you got a dragster or something like that, and the distance needs to be a little longer, super easy to get a longer cable, which we can supply you as well too. But again, just another innovation to work along in conjunction with our on-off switch kit, and I think a neat product that the Lokar company came out with. We keep these in stock in two particular models that work with a couple different shifters, and then like I said, you can simply convert one of these over, which our shop foreman has done many different times in the construction of the car. And maybe the guy doesn't even want it near the shifter. Maybe he wants this unit on his car, but he doesn't run an automatic shifter. But he'd still like to have the capability of being able to do this. Pretty simple to fabricate and make something off the chassis to hold the pivot point of the handle and to secure the cable. So if you have any needs that we can help you with master disconnect switch, mounting in your car, operation of it, or any of the parts that you see here, give us a call. We're always here to help.